Yeah, all right, there we go. And that's about as live as you can get. Right there. All right, thanks for being here, everyone. There are 10 people here, and I'm happy for that because this week at least 50 people emailed me. It says, when is your next live show so I can be there? So I told all 50 of them when it would be, and 10 of them showed up. Thanks for being here, everyone. Okay, this is kind of the gist of this live show, is that I will be asking some questions, and I need responses from you, my loyal viewers. Okay? So that's how we're going to play it once this gets rolling. 12 people. There's more than 12 people. There's 12 thumbs up. What in the world am I thinking? Oh, 13 people. I mean, well, you know what? That is a good thumbs up ratio, though. 18? Holy crap. My God. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, hang on. You know, we got to let people get here firstly. So, okay. All right. And on and on. Alaska Blue, glad you could make it. Philip, Shady, Fatty 2x4. Man, nice names out there. Nice names. And I remain Michael. Catatonic, how you doing? From the UK, I do believe. Shady Booty, that last name. Wow. Okay, so let's see. We're 1 minute in. 1 minute. That's it. We got 20 people. You know what? That's enough to start. That's enough to. 5 minutes from now, people will be right here asking me the same questions that I just answered. Watch how it plays. I know exactly how this works. All right, everybody. Let's get to question number 1. Now, hold it. Before I get directly into this, I want people to know. Right here is my email. Right here. Send your phone number to that email. Just your phone number, your name and your phone number. Email it to that, and I will call you in the second half of this show. There it is. Now, when I call you, you got to answer a random question. I'm sorry. That is how it works today. If I call you, you must answer a random question on the Delphi murders. It's going to be random. You're not going to know the answer in advance, but if you do, you are well studied. There you go. Carl, how you doing? Okay, question number 1. Now, I'm not calling anybody for this. It's just an open question. What do you win? What do you win? You want to know what you win? Man, you might win like Guest of the Year. Guest of the Year on the Michael J. Katt Show. I mean, could you ask for better than that on my show? Probably not. Probably not. Rundle, how you doing, man? All right. Let me get to question number 1. This is just your average questions here. Okay, has the suspect had charges of double murder filed against him at this time? Has they? Well, maybe you could answer this one, though. Has the suspect in Delphi had murder charges placed against him? Thank you, lady. There it is. No, they have not. No. The correct answer is no. Thank you, lady. No, my suspect has not. No, my suspect has not. Not in Delphi. Not in Delphi, he has not. In St. Louis, he has, but not in Delphi. The Delphi suspect remains at large. Nobody knows who he is. That's law enforcement. No, nobody's cleared. Nobody's been cleared. No. And until a person's in jail, nobody's been cleared. Know that. So, I mean, I'm still suspect. If you want to know the truth, I'm still suspect. Yeah, exactly. Not in Delphi. I'm talking specifically the Delphi. Yeah, it's been covered, Philip. And you know what? Everything that I say on here is going to be covered. Everything. Do you know why? Because at this point, I'm repeating myself. That's why. You want different? Go look at a different channel. You know what? There's people right now talking about the newest person of interest. I know people want to know about that. They don't want to hear about the suspect. They don't care, apparently. I'm looking at common sense, and I'm telling you right now that the suspect has not been identified, nor has he had charges filed against him. How long has it been since the murders? Question number 2. How long has it been since the murders transpired? Yes, exactly. Covered, not cleared. And again, that still makes me covered, sorta, not clear. Not cleared. I'm not cleared. Even Sheriff Lazenby, who plays the Mighty Walrus, is not cleared. He has not been cleared yet. No, actually, Shady Booty, exactly. Thank you, Carol. Top answer. 2.5 years. 2.5. It will be 2.5 on August 14th. And you know what? I am throwing out a question, and this is for people who watch my channel. If you have watched my channel for over a year, you can tell me what else transpires on August the 14th. Anybody? Anybody that can tell me what happens on August the 14th of 2019? Think? Hint? Valentine's Day on August the 14th. No, it ain't court. No. No. No, people. No. On August the 14th, it will be 2.5 years. Okay? It will be 2.5 years. Nope. It's not Will's birthday. That's on the 26th. This is the hint. I already gave it to you. I quit smoking 1 year ago on August the 14th. I quit smoking. No. Nope. No, I quit smoking 1 year ago on August 14th. It's also the 2.5 year anniversary of Delphi. Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy too. Thanks. Thank you. You know what? I actually rolled my own. Yeah. Well, I vape. Not tobacco. No, I don't smoke tobacco at all. Again, I quit. I stopped. Anyway, back to the subject. Let's get to question number 3. Is anybody sending me their number? Anybody? If you have, send a yes so that I know, so I can be like, oh, great, I got somebody to call later. All right, question number 2. Here it is. Question number 2. Do you believe it's a man that's between the ages of 18 and 40 and lived, or worked in the Delphi area? Do you believe that? Do you believe that? Need yeses and nos. You do. Okay. Anybody else? No. Harley does not. Tobacco. You know what? 12 cut. Dude, right on. You see, now, here's the thing. Oh, wow. Fatty. Hey. Wait, we got another one. Oh, well, you know what? Congrats on never smoking, Fatty. I did. You know what? I started smoking when I was about 10, and I quit when I was 52. So that's 42 years of smoking. I had no bad health effects from it. And I thought, you know what? I'm 52. Need to stop. Need to quit. Anyway, back to that. Back to the question here. You see, law enforcement, this is what law enforcement had said at the briefing. They said, we now feel that the person is between the ages of 18 and 40, had lived, or worked in the Delphi area. Now, 18 to 40, that is 22 years difference between 18 and 40. Okay, you got 2 witnesses that seen the guy, that seen the man that day. Just 2. Well, there was 4, but there was the 2 that, can testify that seen him. And both of those can't make a determination if the guy was 18 or 40. Somewhere between there. If I met anyone that I had never spoken to, any man ever, and he walked up to me and I talked to him for a couple of minutes, if somebody had asked me a week later, how old was that guy? I could probably give it within 3 to 5 years of his actual age. Now, for him to be 18 to 40 and live in and around Delphi, or had lived in and around Delphi, people, we got photos of the guy. We got video. We have audio of the guy. If the guy lived around Delphi and was those ages, ever, he would have been arrested within 2 weeks of this crime. 2 weeks when the FBI was there. I assure you of that. That is for real. He would have been arrested. Over 46 keyword 1,000 tips phoned in. Delphi's population, 35 keyword 100 people. Guy is not from around here. That's my thoughts. That's what I believe. You may. Yes, the woman that was walking their dog and flannel shirt guy when he was leaving. Those are the two people that seen him. That's because it's the only one that's real, Pool of Zinda. Yeah, it's the only one that's real. Would you rather maybe get caught up in somebody else's theory? Is that what you want? Ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. When you're correct, you tell people. If people don't want it. Yeah, I know who Fletcher guy is. What self-doubt? What self-doubt do you want? Do you want me to go, well, I can't see his face very well, but I see a mountain of evidence. It's not closing your mind when you're looking at it. No, they didn't. They really didn't. And it's a very big shame that they showed up that day. No, it is not him. Because he was there waiting. I mean, he was there waiting. Yeah, I'm fine, man. I'm always fine. Just get a little bit out of shape with me. That's all. On the 14th, and it was just, I had not been missing 24 hours yet. I found suspicion in that when I seen that they was there that fast. I thought, why would they be there that quick? You know, why would the FBI be there for two missing girls? They wasn't found. They didn't know if they had just walked off. They didn't know. But the FBI was there. And I thought that was odd until I got to thinking about it. After finding the guy and then looking back over Evansdale, I was like, okay, they had seen this before. And they thought this could be something like Evansdale. And it was. It was identical. And that's why I believe that they was there. Weren't they already in the area, offered to help? Yeah, you know what? Right. Yeah, if you want to believe their story, sure. But let me tell you right now what the FBI will not do. They will not say, well, we went to Delphi because we thought it looked a lot like Evansdale. Wanted to see if it was the same. That's why we was there. No, they're going to make up any kind of crap so that you don't know. And that's what the FBI does. Yeah, and so it does go. Let's get to the next questions. Did anybody send me a number? Anybody? I just want to know. Okay. Now, question number 3. Do you feel that it will be solved and it will not be my suspect? Yeses and nos. Don't worry. Nobody's under threat of boot. I don't care if you don't believe me. That's fine. Wade, how you doing? Okay, Philip, you think that it will be solved and it won't be mine? Okay. Kim? Alaska Blue? Danielle says Tess. Okay, Pool of Zinda says, yes, 99% not your guy. I like that. I do. Yeah, see, people do. And I knew this. I knew. There's a lot of questions out there. And people, well, there's a lot of questions because there's a lot of comments and people out there talking crap is why. There's a lot of people out there talking about their person of interest and so on, so on, so on. People, I nailed this shut with nails. And look, man, that was shit. That was 7 months ago. 7 months, people. Holy crap, 7 months ago is when I did this. And I'm still waiting for a suspect. I'm still waiting for that guy to show up. Still waiting for somebody to say, yeah, see, this guy did it. That's why they couldn't find him. The guy was like really smart and crap. No, wrong. He was a Givellinius that's like was living down in St. Louis. That was all of it. And that's where it's going to be. Pulozenda, thank you. Thank you. Oh, and from the Kingdom of Five. What? Please explain Kingdom of Five. I do not. I am unsure what that is. I try to have if you're talking to me. Oh, it's fine, Alaska Blue. You're not under threat. You know what? I am not booting my moderator. This I assure you. And Mystery Baker, glad I finally got. It's me too. And that's why I was telling people up front is that I had like a bunch of people. I said 50, but I don't think it was quite 50. But I had a bunch of people email me and ask me when my next live show would be. So I told them, it says, and be there, you know. So be there because every time I do a live show, everybody shows up late, has missed part of it, or they didn't make it at all, and then said they had to watch it, you know, on replay, which is cool, it's fine. But you know, when you got a live show, you like live people. I mean, if I was just sitting here talking to myself, wait a minute, I am sitting here talking to myself. That might be a little out there. You will never know the truth. You know what? I believe that the motive was sexual, but I think that there was other elements in that. I really do. I mean, you have a sexual motive, but there was an inner drive that wasn't sexual, that was mental. There was another piece there. We won't find out until that, I believe. You know, he was definitely drinking, probably through all of them, prior to or maybe even during. But yeah. It will come out. And when he does, I know I said he, I did not say my guy, my suspect. I said he, when that person does go to court, I will get the transcripts and we will know all the details because it will not be televised. I assure you, it will not be televised in the least. Next question. Okay, do you have any valid reasons for it not being my suspect that I have not already covered? I get his hair was gray and shaved. I said it needs to grow back out again, so save that one. I already answered it. Does anybody have any reasons? And I want some legitimate reasons. Ones that I have not, it cannot be my suspect. If you have a reason where you say, no, point blank, this is why it is not your suspect. I want it, and I want it right now. Throw it up here on chat. I want to read this. Well, if people are getting ready to their reasons. Can't wait. I don't need to be doing 2 a week because once a week is more than enough. Believe me, I don't have. Right, he has not been arrested. I understand that the suspect has not been arrested in connection with Delphi. I understand that. And they wouldn't show that. Why? I'm sorry, Cat Tonic. Maybe it was the B word, but I don't care that you use the B word. That's fine. Well, I mean, I asked because, look, I get people on here that say like 99% not your guy. Okay, if it's 99% not my guy, given all the information that I'm given, then what makes for that 99%? That's what I want to know. You know, there's people out there that say it's not your guy. Okay, here it is. Give me the reasons. I want to see a reason wrote up there. Well, Sandra, I don't think that you can bluff somebody out by DNA. You know, a person isn't going to come forward like, well, I heard you got DNA. It's me. You see where I'm at? John D. Miller, the same applied. I mean, they had to go ancestral DNA to find him, but he knew that he had never been arrested and he didn't have DNA out there to be matched. Well, same applies with the Delphi suspect, identically. Now, we know that they have DNA. They have stated they have DNA. Sheriff Lesenby had said, I think it was in January of 2019, in an interview, okay, that they sent their Delphi's DNA off to Quantico headquarters, okay, the FBI headquarters. And that was right before Christmas of 2018. 1 month after my suspect was arrested and the FBI got his DNA. Now, was he sending it off to Quantico to see if it was my suspect? Yes. Yes, he was. Now, would he have done that? And I'm putting you, all of you, right now, you're Sheriff Lesenby. I call you. I give you the information that St. Louis did. Here's his mugshot. What do you do with that mugshot? You have two people in Delphi that seen that guy. What do you do with that mugshot? You ask him. Is this the guy that you've seen? Right here? Is this him? It is? Okay. We're sending you our DNA. We think it's him. That's why. And the simple fact that they have not come up with anybody in 7 months tells me, yes, they know it's him. And yes, they're playing the BS card. They're telling you crap they believed a long time ago because they're not going to say what their investigation is. That's how it works. Okay, eyewitness testament. Well, you've seen a couple of people that seen him. Can you prove it was him? What did he smell like? If somebody seen you there and you have no valid alibi to say that you was not there, you're there. So why the new sketch? Did I not just cover that? That it was this information used on their old information because they already knew who it was, but they couldn't say crap. Why? Because they can't go to St. Louis and talk to him. They can't speak with him. He's down there in a jail, and no one, no law enforcement can go into that jail and speak to him about the Delphi murders. No one! Until his court case is over. Is that clear? Because people can't hear me is why. People don't hear me when I just speak. People go, People don't listen to common sense. I should get a bullhorn and get in this. Disagree. Thank you. That's fine. Have a good one. Don't care if people disagree. That is not me. I am not a carer of disagreement. If you disagree, give me your reasonings, because if you don't, it's crap to me. Why would they want to get a federal warrant? Why? Why would they need to get a federal warrant to go down and talk to him right now when they can wait a year and a half to go do it as soon as his court's complete? That's the easy part. They got to wait. They know who did it. They know exactly who did it. The FBI backed him up on it. Yeah, that DNA matches. It is him. We got him. You can't go speak with him. There is no reward money. In fact, St. Louis police won't get the reward money because they're law enforcement. Law enforcement can't work for reward money. There will be no reward money given by the FBI for Delphi or Evansdale. None. Zero. Not one dime of that. It's $500,000, just over $500,000. Not one dime will be given to one person. That's the FBI's money. And thank you. Thank you, says the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Thanks! Thanks for your money! It helps us a lot. Yeah, don't. Believe me, it's over $500,000. They don't need another dime. They don't need no more. This is not a time to be donating to that. There is one. Evansdale, they have a citizens reward money put up by the citizens, not the FBI. This ain't that $250,000, man, that people like daydream of, that they'll never ever get. I mean, unless you looked at that video where the photos and said, holy crap, that's what's his name. I'm phoning that in. Oh, yeah, he told me all about it. Guy come in drunk, just talking all about it. I thought he was a little weird, but now I see you're right. $250,000, probably, as long as they can convict him and, all like that. Then that person might get $250,000. I said right after the crime happened, I said, isn't nobody out there going to come up with this money? Nobody. You got to read the small print, man. You got to give information that leads to the arrest. He was already arrested. My guy was. He was already arrested. Okay? The information that was phoned in was given by St. Louis police, who cannot get the reward money. That negates that. So what happens to Delphi's reward money? Oh, that, pal. What are you stupid? What are you, ignorant slave? No, that's their money, pal. That's Federal Bureau of Investigations, and they earn it. They earn it too, buddy. Yeah, you betcha they do. That's how the FBI plays it. Now, the Evansdale's citizens thing, that's for somebody giving information that leads to his arrest or conviction. That's what I phoned in on. $27,000. Don't seem like much, does it? Well, I didn't phone in for that. I wanted the guy caught. But the thing is I phoned that in to that tip line. I didn't know about that reward money at the time, but I did find out. And I thought, well, that might be something I might get like, a couple dollars out of. I mean, even $27,000 seems like a whole hell of a lot. I mean, I'm not working for reward money. Honestly, look at me. Do you know why I'm doing this? Do you know why I've done any of this? It's for you. I'm not sitting here working for like reward money. Like my day's going to be made with $27,000. Probably wouldn't. I doubt $27 would get me too much of anything. Wait a minute, 32 thumbs up. With 63 people here? God, I'm hated! Do you guys not know what a thumbs up is? If I was on your channel, I would have hit it twice. Ah. Don't make me. All right, let's get to the next question. All right. Sorry. Could be a lack of coffee. Well, let me see. Oh, yeah, right. You know what? This is kind of a more longer question, so stay with me here because I got to read it, and it's probably about like 10 sentences long. All right, number 5. I had a viewer reach me this last week and told me he found the double nickels photo on my suspect's Facebook page. And that more than anything convinced him that my suspect was correct and he backs it. But honestly, the photos of the double nickels in the cereal boxes, which is rather serial killery, but that was the least of it that convinced me. It was the rest. The bankruptcy, the handguns, permit to carry, dress like bridge guy, had never committed a crime before. Those things, man, the route to his brother's house, that is what convinced me. That is what convinced me, was everything else, all of it, everything in a nutshell around that. Now, I know that a lot of people believe that a person like a serial killer works in some shady, mysterious, stealthy way where they're just all time dropping little heads. And they do. And I give it that they do. But it wasn't like that. It was like the double nickels where he's talking about not going 55. Okay, one of them has Liberty on it. Okay, so does a quarter. So does, almost all of our change has Liberty on it. I don't think that he did that because he may have, But the cereal boxes with the Crunch Bar, think about this. The cereal boxes were Captain Crunch. Can anybody tell me anything concerning Captain Crunch that may fit in? Anybody? I think we covered this one other time. This is a good question. Anything? Leslie Hill, you rock. Okay. Well, I thank you for loving my spirit. I do have a good spirit. I try to maintain a good spirit. And I thank you for the 5. That will help me. It will. And, any and all donations go to the channel. You know what? You don't have Captain Crunch. Okay. All right. Got you covered there. Captain Crunch is because it's CC. 3. Now, I want to point this out for people that don't know. Okay. If you take the dates of Evansdale, which is 7/13/12, and then the date of Delphi, which is 2/13/17, they're in reverse order. Okay. You take Evansdale and turn it around. Now it's the date of Delphi. You take the Delphi date, turn it around. Now it's Evansdale. They're reversible dates. You see where I'm at? Now, both of those dates, since they are identical but reversed, equal 32. Now, to have a box that is on there with 3, 3, 3, 3, and then a Crunch Bar, which would be 3, 2, 6. So now you got 33, 33, 6. And again, man, I think that that's kind of more of a Masonic. That's me, 33. Why would you have 2 boxes of 33? Why? You see where I'm at? Oh, wait, did I miss a bad joke? Yeah. Well, it's actually a cereal with little berries. So I think that, it could be something that was as well Masonic. I think that he was Masonic. I mean, it's the only way that I can explain why that cop let him go at the traffic stop. The guy was clearly drunk. The guy was acting like a lunatic. The guy had called him an MF-er. I pay your tax. Ah! The cop says, "Oh, go home. Go home. Yeah. Have a good evening. Have a nice day, Mason." Or however 33rd does it. Maybe they give it like a, I don't know. I don't know how they do it. But 33. I thought that was kind of a little out there, with the 33 on the cereal boxes. But then again, what do I know? Thank you, HD family. Right on. I like. That's what gets me through. All right, let's move to the next question. Reversible dates between Evansdale and Delphi murders. Law enforcement stated at the Delphi briefing that an unknown vehicle was parked at an abandoned welfare building on County Road 300 from 12 noon to 5 p.m. on February 13th. Now, if that's the suspect's vehicle, and Smart Money says it is, then was he simply hiking for 5 hours' time? Was he just there to hike for 5 hours? Was that what he was doing? He was just parked there because he needed a 5-hour hike on a small trail? That's kind of my question. Was he just there to hike for 5 hours? Because you see, I have this in a different way, man. I'm looking at this completely in a different way. I say he was there not to be seen. He didn't want to be seen. He didn't want to be known as the face that was there at that time. He was there because he was waiting. He was waiting. He knew it was the reverse date of Evansdale, and he was there for a reason. And he was there lurking and waiting. Now, the lady walked up on him that had her dogs. And I understand that because say you're him and you're there to do something like that. Are you going to walk away when the lady's walking up toward you? No, because that makes you look suspicious, like you didn't want to talk. That would kind of make you stand out more than if you had stood there. Hey, how you doing? Nice day. Yeah, it really is. And had a quick chat with her. Now, she talked to him for a minute. Now, flannel shirt guy seen him when he was leaving. That's the words of Mike Patty. A guy seen him when he was walking out, so we know that he was leaving when flannel shirt guy seen him. Now, those are the two people in 5 hours' time that seen him. He was at that trail. Law enforcement says 5 hours. I say 3. I say he took off right after. But they said he was there for 5 hours. Now, was he there for 5 hours' time just to hike? I don't think so. I think it was solely a thing of, I'm here to do something. I got to wait for victims. I'm going to stay low key, unseen, and they showed. And that was the sadness, man. That's a beautiful trail. If you ever get a chance to get up here and check it out, I'll meet you there. I'll show you the whole place. It is historic and beautiful. All right. Next question. Did anybody send me a number? I got 42 thumbs up. I swear, if that says 65, it does. It says 65, and I got 42 thumbs up. It's about time to walk out here. Yeah, thanks for joining, Dustin. 15 thumbs down. Those are the people that I booted. That's how I keep track of them. I love my thumbs down. Those 15 thumbs down. Their views. Do you hear me discussing things, Dustin? Yeah. That's what I'm doing here, buddy. All right, I'm calling somebody, and I'm going to give them a random question. Who is it? Somebody said they. Oh, yeah, Stephanie. Yeah. And I get to call Stephanie. I knew one day, and I did. I knew the day would come. I never called a Stephanie. This would be a first for me. I wonder if Stephanie's like sound the same as like Carol's. I'll talk to Carol's. Okay. Oh. This says Jamie. Okay then. Work with me, PC. This ain't hard. Thank you. Okay, we're calling Jamie. Here it goes. Man, now I'm really lost. I don't know if Jamie sounded at all like Stephanie's or Carol's.
Hello?
Carol?
It's Jamie.
Oh, it's Jamie. Okay, you sound a lot like Carol. I'm sorry. How you doing?
Good. Don't you remember talking to me a little while ago back?
I do.
It's Jamie from Jersey.
Jersey Jamie.
Yeah, what's up?
I know her. Same as it ever was. Just doing a live show, kind of, keeping everything on point here. Or you doing my best too? So, do you have a question?
I'm not good at answering questions, but I'll try.
Okay, well, here it comes. All right. Hang on. I need to get to my questions. 1 second. I need to pull them up because I'm on the computer. All right. No, I don't like that one either. Well, crap. All right, I'll tell you what. Answer me this, Jamie. What color?
Blue.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You win. You got it. You got it, man. Bam. Hands down. You are the guest of this show. Well done, Jamie.
I just wanted to tell you you're still doing some good work.
Well, I'm actually.
Since the last time I talked to you.
I'm actually just doing the same work. It has not changed. In fact, I don't think anything new. I don't think that I found much of anything new since, maybe January. In the last about 7 months, I haven't found anything new. I mean, everything that I am talking about now was found out about 7 months ago. And it's going to continue for another year and a half. And you know what? By that time, I hope I have a lot of people convinced. But it don't matter if I got them convinced or not. It don't matter, you know.
I still think that you're a guy, and I still think you should get some of that money.
Again, I'm not. It was never my. It was never my thought to try to get money out of the reward ever.
I know you always say that.
No. It's honest. If I could go back on my old channel, I can show you probably at about 10 different times right off the bat. Where I said it hadn't even gotten to 250,000 at that time. Like, people don't even try that. How could a person get that money? They would have to know that person. Okay, that person could not have been put in jail at the time when they called, because it has to lead to the arrest and the conviction of the guy. Get that reward. Nobody will ever get that reward money.
About that. Yeah, we talked about that last time for a long time, and I totally agree with you.
So nobody's going to get the reward money. Not on this or Evansdale. Neither one. That's $500,000 that belongs to the FBI. The FBI. Because they deserve it. They don't get paid enough. They don't get paid crap for what they do. They need more.
Well, it was nice hearing from you.
Well, I ain't talked to you in forever.
I know.
Well, you just disappear, man.
Yeah.
Well, when you do that, Jamie. I can't help you be held. Do what?
Thanks for still doing your live.
Well, you know what? I got this, and hang on one second. I got it right here, I do believe. I hope.
I know you get bored of telling everybody it's the same person over and over again.
Well, it is, because there's only so many ways you can get on here and say that. But
I know.
Hang on, because somewhere right in here, I know I got that. No, I don't. Okay, I thought I did. Maybe it's here.
I don't have any questions because the last time I talked to you, you answered them all.
Yeah, I'm good at answering questions.
I know. I think we talked for an hour and a half, and you definitely answered all my questions.
Hey, now, you're not Stephanie.
Yeah, that's just my YouTube name.
Ah, okay, I got it. Well, because I was a little concerned when Stephanie said that they had sent the number and it was not here. Then I thought, guess what? Stephanie's a dirty little liar. Stephanie has pulled one over on me.
I wish some people had some interesting questions to ask.
Well, you know what? There really aren't any. Because I thought about that up front. Like, okay, this is my questions. But even at that, it's like, well, I don't really have questions that haven't been answered.
I know.
So, I think that all questions lie on my suspect. I think that he fits everything plus. There was a time when I go back, and I think that was in, I would have to go back and look at my videos. But there was a time when I'm like, okay, everything that I found on this guy, everything points to him. He was clear at that time of day, didn't have to work. He was having financial problems. He had handguns, permit to carry, looks like the guy, dressed like the guy, had never broken. Everything pointed to him. But here was my issue. I had no way to put him in Delphi. None. Zero. I had no way of saying why he would have been in Delphi until I found his brother. When I found his brother in Fort Wayne and looked that up, and once I found that route and seen it went right by Monon High Bridge Trail, I said, I got him. That's it. He said, I got right there. This is the guy, and I know it. And I'm still there 7 months later. Law enforcement ain't coming out with anybody. They're not coming out saying it ain't him. Of course, they can't. They have not even spoken with him, so they can't. They can't say anything about him. So just answering that question. Jamie? Jamie? I think she left. I see. Okay. All right. Is anybody else out there wanting to call? If you do, throw your number right here. Oh, that's not cool. Hang on a second. Well, I think that hey, AJ Doman, if you want to call, do it. There you go, man. Oh, well, thank you very much, Katt. AJ Doman, if you got a question, throw it up there. I would be happy to. You know what? I don't know how that happens, Stephanie. If you want me to give you a call back, throw it up there. I will. AJ Doman. Anybody else that wants to call? Anybody wants to call? Tell me your number. Yeah, I'll have to type it out. Wrong. It's not Mike Katt. It's Mr. Katt. Mr. Katt 420, not Mike Katt. If you would like a call, send your number right there. And I'll call you. I will. You betcha. Yeah, see right there. Double time. All right, let's go see. Does anybody want me to call? Maybe. Because I will probably make this about an hour long, maybe a little bit longer, but no, nobody wants me to call. Okay. Which is fine. I don't need to call people. It's just something I like doing when I don't have anything else to do. It was good talking to you, Stephanie. And you know what, man? Send me an email sometime, man. We'll talk. Okay, so if we're not going to have any further calls, then I'll kind of get back to the Delphi thing here. Because I do have some more questions. But, oh, hey, for anybody that did not know, Wes' birthday's on the 26th of August at noon. Live show. I think I can just honestly tell you that what's going to happen is we're probably going to be sitting right here, and I will be feeding him probably a whole pork chop by hand. A whole pork chop, people. A big day for me. All right. So let me get back down here to these questions. Man, this is kind of a bad question I gave Stephanie. All right, yeah. You know what? Here is one, and I don't think that this is so much a question, but look at how my suspect walks. Look at the traffic stop that he was in. Now, at that traffic stop, I want to understand, he was in some heat. He was drunk, but he knew he was in some hot water, because if he was arrested, he already knew he was hit. He knew that. Now, he's standing up there arguing with the cop, very drunken, okay? But he knew that he was under some pressure there, because if he was arrested, he knew he was hit for Delphi. He knew that, okay? Now, during that traffic stop, where was his hands? They were in his pockets. They were placed right in his pockets, right here, just like this. And he backed away from that cop. And when he walked forward again, his hands were right in his. Now, go watch that video of Bridge Guy. He's under the pressure. He knows what's fixing to happen. He knows what's going to go down. He's a little drunk, and he's walking across that bridge. Where's his hands? Right in his pockets. Bam. Just like my guy. Because when my guy's under the pressure, he has his hands in his pockets, people. That's part of it. That is part of it. It's part of his mentality. It's what he does. In a way, I would like to put it like Jack Benny, if anybody remembers him. You know, Jack Benny, he was doing comedy, and he says, I don't know what to do with my hands. And that's why he would, this is why he would always do this, because he didn't know what to do with his hands when he was doing comedy. You see? Well, the thing is, that's what he does. When he's under pressure, he's got his hands in his pockets. He knows that. Now, my guy, my suspect, he had handguns. He had 3. He had a Glock 43, a Sig Sauer, and a .22 caliber. Had a permit to carry. Now, at the beginning of this crime, it was after the 14th, but it was shortly thereafter when I was looking at photos of the bridge guy, because I'm like, this guy probably had a handgun. Given the scenario of where it was, other hikers, and getting those girls away from where the other hikers were. He couldn't have them scream. He couldn't have them take off running. He couldn't have them doing anything like that. He needed a handgun to put him in control. Now, my guy had handguns. I can show that he had handguns. He had a permit to carry. I think that brown thing right here is a holster, and I think that it holds his Glock 43. Now, I will find out. It's going to be a while, because I got to wait for my suspect to go to court down in St. Louis. But I'm getting the transcripts because I want to find out the pistol that he used down there. Smart Money says is the identical that he had carried when he was in Delphi. Identical. And I will find out what pistol that was that he killed Jamie Schmidt with. That's probably the same one that he carried in Delphi. There it is. So that's really about all that I have. Oh, wait, somebody said they sent me an email. I remember just now, I was taken back by that. And it's like, well, somebody sent me an email. Great. Oh, well, I don't get to call him. I don't get to call him. You could have just asked that right on there. Well, you didn't have to send an email. The email's to call, Okay. Well, anyway, do I think that there are more murders, assaults in my suspect's background? I don't know. And I don't know for this reason. Let's say that we take Evansdale as being the first, okay? Because it's just like when people ask me about Delphi. Do you think that Delphi was done by a serial killer? I said, I don't know, because I can't name any others aside of Evansdale that fit that scenario, okay? But at that time, I couldn't place Evansdale and Delphi to be from the same person. I can now, okay? So, wait, what now? So if we take Evansdale to be the first, all right, and I say that for this reason, because on this date, identical in every single way. Now, for that to be first, to happen on the reverse, that would show 2. Now, yeah, maybe, but I can't point to the crime. I can't point to a crime and say he may have done this. Now, I'll tell you what's really odd. John D. Miller up in Fort Wayne, when they arrested him, 30 years after what he had did, and I think that you guys know what he had did, but I don't really verbalize that, as to what he did up there in Fort Wayne. 30 years went by. He was taunting the police. He's sending the police like used rubbers. He's putting used rubbers with notes in mailboxes, leaving like notes on kids' bicycles, telling them that he did that and that they're next. And 30 years later, that was his only murder. Just that one. That struck me as odd, because John D. Miller, that guy was a creep. That guy was a guy that was out there just like, he was living this in his mind every day. Look, man, when they went to go get that guy's DNA after C.C. Moore had taken it down to him and his brother, she says it's one of these 2 guys right here. They went to those guys' house in their trash and got stuff out there on it so that they could compare it back to the original DNA, right? Do you know what they got out of John D. Miller's house that week? 3 used condoms. He wasn't with a woman. That's the weirdness of that guy. Yeah, he wasn't with a woman using the man. He's just some kind of a little freak. And that's what they used to compare the DNA to. Now, they should have had that guy a long time before that. But I understand. The guy didn't have any other cases. They had no way to tie anything back to him. You see where I'm at? Well, the same could apply here. I don't know that the guy is mental. And I give him that. The guy's totally mental. And I can name one that he most likely did. Evansdale. Evansdale, I can say most likely because it fits 100% to Delphi. But I can say he did Delphi. 98%. That missing 2% is the video. I can't see his face and go, yep, that's him. I can say, yep, same build. Yep, same facial features. Can't see his face. Can't say. Now, do I think that those are the only two? I don't know. You see, I don't know. I can't say that those were the only two. He may have, but it just seems a little odd that he would have a reverse date. It seems like that there would be something else that would give a different one away if there was another one. Yeah, see, 12 cut he's 100% after the nickels. And again, I didn't find that the nickels in the cereal boxes were that big. I thought they were a little telling, maybe a little telling. But I thought the rest of it was what added up. It's what do it together. And that's what I love. The initial arrest, he's already been arrested if you're speaking of my guy. He's been arrested, but charges on Delphi have not been placed on him yet. But again, that's probably going to be until 2021 because, his court date don't end till then. You see where I'm at? So they can't really hit him with anything. They can't speak to him. So they won't be able to hit him with charges until his court down there is complete, until he's got a conviction on it. That'll be 2021. Maybe January, maybe February, when they get down and talk to him, that's when we'll hear about charges. But you got a year and a half. In that time, sit back, order yourself a pizza, get you a six-pack. It's going to be a long wait. And through the next year and a half, there will not be a single person thrown out there that's a legitimate suspect because it will still be a year and a half from now, my suspect. Still. That's channel donations. It don't go into YouTube money. Do it. Do it. So, is there anybody? To what pick? Lisa? What pick are you talking about, Lisa Avery? It says no pick, no link to pick. So I'll try to find it later. You know what? Yeah. I could have done that. I got it downloaded, but I can't put it up here. Now, if you go to his Facebook page and you find the Captain Crunch picture, then click on that, pull that up separate, and then copy the link, bring it back here and put it in if you would. Anybody that would be really super cool. And I have that one downloaded, but I don't have the link for it. Yeah, exactly. Pull us into exactly. And I'll put it to you like this, and I've talked about this before. I got to kind of draw this out into air, but say you're looking at a map of Monon High Bridge Trail like you are on Google Maps. So you're looking at it with this up here being north, this down here the south side, this here the west side, and this over here the east side. Now, if you're looking at it, County Road 300 goes across the north of it, right here. So the trail's below that. Now over here at the highway, you have Highway 25 with Freedom Bridge. Right on the other side of Freedom Bridge is where you pull off at 25 Park. Then you walk the trail this way. Now that trail goes down like this, and then it comes down where it hits the bridge. That bridge goes across the Deer Creek. That is the whole of it. Probably about 1.5 miles long. It's not a huge trail. But when you come in off of the bridge and you walk down, okay, it's one trail that goes down to here. Now you come to the secondary entrance that's off of County Road 300. This down here is Freedom Bridge where you come in. This is County Road 300. Halfway down, you have on County Road 300 a secondary entrance where you can go in. Now, right there where you come in off of County Road 300 at secondary entrance, there's the 501 trail, which is the trail you was already on that leads down to the bridge, okay, the railroad bridge. Now, it also picks up on a second trail that goes lower down, maybe about 40, 45, 50 feet lower than this one, and that's the 505 trail. Now, they're parallel to each other this way, but they go down to the same spot. You know, they both go down to the bridge. Now, the 505 bridge, it goes down to the bridge, but it's lower. It don't go right to the bridge, but it goes to the lower land part right in front by the bridge. So that's the whole of it. That's where, you know, he would have been for those 3 hours on 1.5 miles with people on that trail. Now, 2 people seen him with their eyes, seen him. The second guy, flannel shirt guy, seen him because he was walking in when the other guy was walking out. My suspect did not want it like that. He did not want that guy to see him when he was walking out, but he did. Now, the lady walked up on him, understood, but he's like, hey, that's an hour or so before. They wouldn't really say I had done it. You know, I could kind of see his point there. But the simple point is he was there for 3 hours. And guess what? 2 people seen him. Out of those 2 people, only one that really walked up and seen him when there was no other way around it, when he was trying to stay low key. That was the one person. So he was trying to stay low key, hidden. He didn't want people to know he was there. He didn't want to be thought of as a face that was there that could have possibly have did this. He wanted to leave, not be seen. They don't have nothing. They can't, carnations. There is no way to. They could talk about him. You say, well, he may have done it. We don't know. We'll have to get down and talk to him once his court date's over. But in that meantime, they can't. They could go down there. Man, they could pack up their bags and head down to St. Louis for a week. And as soon as they hit that door, his public defender would be right there. No, later. See ya. Bye. You're not talking to him. I represent him, and you aren't speaking to him about a different crime in a different state. Sorry. Have a nice day. And guess what? It wouldn't be good if they could speak to him right now. It would not be cool. That would not be what we want. Because he is down there for a hideous murder of which he needs to pay. And he will. And they will convict him. And then here's the lowdown. Here's the lowdown on this. Because we don't know where he's going next. Does anybody know where he's going next? Does anybody know where he's going after he leaves St. Louis down there? Because Smart Money says it ain't going to be Delphi. It ain't going to be Delphi. It won't be. Evansdale happened in 2012, and that is probably his next stop. And that will probably take a year or more. Man, we might not get our hands on him until 2023. Just letting you know, it might be close to 4 years before we even get him in Delphi. Because we got another one. We got Evansdale. They want him, rightfully, because he's got to pay for that. He killed those 2 girls on Little Angels, or is it Two Angels Trail? They renamed it after the girls, and I thought that was really cool. Yes, it is. It is. But Ray, but Mark Ray, when he was in there, the current prosecutor goes, oh, yeah, I'd go right for a death penalty. But Yeah, we got some Democrat coming in who, thinks it might offend him to, get the death penalty, but don't want to offend the murderer any. We don't want to make it look like we enjoy killing. Hey, send him to my house. I'll do it. I'll pay to do it. Send him on. You want to see how fast Michael J. Katt can kill somebody? Send him. I'll have it on live video. Execution style. Kapow. Game over. That's how fast I can do it. I'm not a crybaby. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a communist. I'm an American that wants somebody dead for a crime deserving of it. That's who I am. That's who me is. Yeah, you know what? I kind of had Pulizenda. I have. When people brought up CE, I said charges prior to February 13th of 2017. Not him. You see, I know Pulizenda that the person had never committed a crime before. Trooper Kim Riley told me that. Well, it's like the suspect had never committed a crime before. Are you saying that because his DNA don't match? Well, I can't talk about that. And maybe he has committed a crime before, but he says we can find no trace of him. Would they say no trace of him if they only had DNA? No, because DNA would only be taken on certain crimes, aggressive crimes. But to say the person had never committed a crime before says to me they have fingerprints. And I've stated that over a year ago. I think that they have fingerprints as well as DNA. Now, I want to see that person. I want to see that person pop up and go, if they had fingerprints and DNA, everybody would know it was him. Yeah. So I can ban him. I want to ban you. I want to ban the person. No way. Dude, Peter North, are you kidding me? Dude, I know who you are. I know exactly who you are. I do, and it's not because I watch old porn, but I used to. Oh wait, hang on. I got to let people see that. Well, hey man, thanks, Pete. You know what? Reach me sometime. Reach me. We could talk over porn days. I don't know. Me? The military has my fingerprints. Yes. Now, you know what? Somebody, and I'm sorry for not coming up with the name. Hang on, give me a second. Because somebody had wrote me the other day. God, man, was it Lisa? Hey, is this talking to you, Pete? Somebody had got a hold of me and they said, well, he had a concealed carry permit and they take fingerprints. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I looked that up in Missouri, and they do take fingerprints. But here is my thought on that, because wait. It's because he would have had that permit to carry before February 13th of 2017. Okay? But when they take fingerprints for a concealed carry permit, that don't go to CODIS, I don't think. In the CODIS, it has to be criminal for it to go into CODIS. Now, if you're being printed for a criminal crime, then it would go into CODIS. If you're being printed for things that may be on that gun, then I don't think that goes into criminal where it can match. Because, look, man, say I get a permit to carry. I have a Second Amendment right. I don't need a permit to carry. I can breathe. I do not need a license to breathe. Revenue collecting POS government. I don't need it. Say I get a permit to carry. And they say, well, we need your fingerprints. It's not a middle finger. You don't need anything from me. I got a permit to carry, and I will carry it. I'll carry it up my backside should I desire to. But if I did give them my fingerprints, there you go. Get them really good. Well, I ain't got to be worried that goes into CODIS for a match because it isn't criminal. You see where I'm at? Oh, open carry, concealed carry. I'm driving a tank down the highway. I don't care 5 ways to Sunday. Legal. Legal. I don't need a permit for my tank. I own it. Thank you, law enforcement officer. Bye-bye. So I don't think that permit to carry, concealed carry goes into CODIS. If it did, I think that he would have been hit. I think that he would have been hit right away. But I believe that he knows what does and what does not go into CODIS, because he knew that his DNA couldn't be caught. He left his DNA. He left it right there to be found. He didn't care much about that. And I think that the same would apply to fingerprints, because he did not have a criminal history. As long as he wasn't arrested, quoting Kim Riley, they have no trace of me. I'm good to go. Middle of the day. Evansdale, middle of the day. Drove off. Delphi, middle of the day. Drove off. We don't know. We don't know. We can't find him. We don't know. DNA, fingerprints in the CODIS mean stuff when they can just drive away. You know, but you got like witnesses, or you got video, you got audio. They got him. But they got to know who it is. And they do. Thank you. They do know who it is. They know exactly, like me, who it is. And you too. I'm not leaving you out. YouTube, you guys rock. And I want you to know what I know. That's why I do this. This is the reason. Because I want you to know what I know. Because maybe it's just me, but I feel that if more of the world thought like me, we'd be better off. Everybody'd be living in their house with their dog, having a great time. Well, yes, right. But in Missouri, you do. And again, this is America, not the United States of America. This is America, where we have a Second Amendment that ends with shall not be infringed upon. You know what that license and permits are? That's called an infringement upon my right of freedom. I don't like them at all. I don't even like good cops. I demand somebody show me a good cop. Show me a good cop. I was like, oh, you must be a good cop. You're out arresting every other cop. It's 100% here today. I need a pull. Oh, it's 100 here today. I need a pull. Yes. Guess who's got a pull? I do. Got a big giant outdoor pull. That's why I care for it. I also go by Pablo the pull guy, because I take care of that pull. Love it. Big giant outdoor pull, man. Everybody out here just loves it, and they love Pablo for taking care of that pool. They do. Man, that pool looks beautiful. Thank you. I take good care of that pool. And it ain't quite 100. Where do you live at, Carol? Are you down there by Arizona? Somewhere down in that area? I heard it gets really hot down there. You know what, Sabrina? I always feel that it's going to be wet, windy, and cold in London. I just always feel that. I think, yeah, right now it's probably a little wet, windy, and cold in London. It's probably a lot like the coast of Oregon, where it's wet, foggy, cold. Yes, you can. If you live anywhere near Indiana, just give me a email message. Hey, I'll stop by so we can swim. I'll say, okay, right here. I don't care. Czar. And so nice. That's right. That's my K-bar, people. Bam. Look at that. I look like an army man. Don't I? What I do, just come out the bush on you. Bam. K-bar. Texas. Yeah, Texas is hot. Nevada's hot. Arizona's hot. You get down there, it gets really hot. Durham County? How do I know Durham County? Okay. All right. If you need directions, you know my email. Send me a thing and I will tell you exactly how to get to my house. Exactly. And you can be right here. I see that'd be about 2 hours. Hey, you know what? If you guys like, bring a tent. You know what? You guys can spend the night. It's beautiful here. You'll love it. And I may or may not have a little possum. I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe. Perhaps I do. I'm not reaching my hand in that cage right now, though. I call him Snarly Brown for a reason. Sunderland. Me? Oh, oh, got you covered. It's going like, dude, I don't even know where Sunderland is. 110. You know what? Yeah, 65. UP. Right on. You know what? I got a cabin in the UP. Probably about, I think it's about 15, 20 miles north of St. Ignace right there. Ten miles west of Hessel on the highway that leads you to Pickford. Anyway, got a small cabin up there. I like Michigan. Mosquitoes, except for the cold. Yeah, Michigan's all right. Ann Arbor. So, man, I got to get back up to Michigan. I ain't been up there in a long time. But right here today in Kokomo, it is, I think it's about 90. It feels pretty hot, but it's the humidity up here. I don't think you guys have to deal with that quite as much down in Nevada and so on because, you know, I mean, look, man, you go to Las Vegas, yeah, it might be 110. They ain't got no humidity. And let me tell you something. When it hits 110 in Indiana, then you're looking at some humidity. Okay, when you got 110 with 90% humidity, you don't leave your house. When you open up that door, it's like, oh, God, no. No! I ain't going into that. I'd rather die. That's some hot temperatures. You guys don't deal with that down there, man. You don't. I lived in Vegas. It's hot. I mean, you know, when your contacts will melt to your eyes, it's hot. You know, when you stick to the car seat, it's pretty roasty. Yeah. Yeah, St. Ignace is, man. I like St. Ignace. It's a cool town. I mean, when I was little, we used to go up through there. We'd stop at the little Indian shops and stuff, man. Fantastic stuff they have made in there. Really like St. UP. It's got a lot of history. Beautiful, beautiful area, man. Just all deep woods. It's the kind of place where you could just walk in and get lost. Never want to come out. Till the mosquitoes come out. Then you'll be running home. Then you'll run. All right. Anybody sent me? Yes, they did. Oh, hang on. They did not send a number. Okay. Lynn asked me, hi, can they interview his wife for his alibi and other questioning? Yes, they can. And I am positive that they have already contacted my suspect's wife and brother and all of his family concerning, because them they can talk to, and them they have spoke with. I'll guarantee it. And again, I'm already under the whole thing, and I can tell you right now, Sheriff Lesby knows exactly what I know. He knows precisely as I do. But between him and I, one can talk, the other cannot. That's why I'm letting you know. That's why I'm the guy. Think of me as Sheriff Katt. The guy would have been a walrus, maybe, but he has not the fangs for it. Oh. Yeah, man, that kind of do look like a walrus, I guess, if I play it right. You know what? There are. There's a couple, there's a couple true crime cases that I do watch. Now, I don't like the ones. I take that back. It's not that I don't like them because I do have an interest in them. There's been a lot of cases that really caught my attention over my life. And if I really look back at my life, and I never really thought about that, oh, Jodi Arias is so hot. Oh my God. Did you have to say her name? Man, I daydream of her. I really do. But there are, I'd have her out of prison in a minute. I'd say, you're coming home with me, girl. Yeah, I'll throw my life on the line for you. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I say. That's precisely what I say, AJ Doman. Big time. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of cases. If I think back on my life, the first case that ever caught my attention was Helter Skelter. I was 8. Not when it happened. I was 4 when it happened, but I was 8 when I heard about it. When they made for a television movie, Helter Skelter, by the book written by prosecutor. Help me out. What's his name, people? Anyway, the prosecutor of Los Angeles back in 1969. Pelosi, right, exactly, right. Pelosi. So he had wrote the book, and they came out with the movie. Thank you guys very much. Needed that. Okay. So, he came out with the book, and when I was 8, it did catch my interest. And it caught my interest for a few different reasons. All right, man, hey, I'm going to call somebody. I swear you better send a number. You had better send a number. You had better have. But anyway, Charles Manson, it caught my attention for this reason. Clear up until the time that Charles Manson died, I always thought that he was a very eccentric person. I never heard him lie. I never heard him state anything that was untrue. I think he was very point blank and honest. And I think that might have been part of his undoing because he really didn't care. When he said go to this house, kill everybody inside, make it look witchy, leave things that makes it look like black people would do. He wanted to start a race war. And they were trying to start a race war. The black people would then take over. You see, it was all part of his mad science. But what the thing was, man, he's sitting there at this, I guess it was like a hippie commune family thing. And he had all these people that thought he was Jesus. Thought he was Jesus. I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't do anything if somebody said I was Jesus. I'd go, have a nice day, Jesus. But these people thought he was some figure, spiritual figure and all this and that. When he said go do that, they went and did it. They thought this is real, man. This Jesus guy is telling us. And I thought, that is crazy. Here's this man, Charles Manson. And he's sitting there with I don't even know how many good looking women. I can name a few of them though. I can name a few, and 3 of them made my hottest women ever list. And they do it. Yeah, give me a piece of that action for a minute. It's where I was at when I was 8. Yeah, I want a part of that. Susan Atkins? Man, wow. She was a Jodi Arias to me. Mystery Baker? You know what? I wish you had a show. Because I would go join it. I would go view it. Yeah, she did, but she also handed out a horrible fate. Karma. It's karmactic. I would have handed her a big fate. Would have handed her You do? Link me. Send me the link. To my email that Alaska Blue will probably throw. Send that to me. I will go check your channel. I most certainly will. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were. They was on, I'm sure, marijuana, LSD, and every other drug. Uh, but in my lifetime, if I may, if I just need to throw this out there for people, in my lifetime, I have never one time seen or heard anybody that was doing or under the influence of LSD that went and killed everybody in the house because, well, Charles Manson did it. No, people don't do that. I mean, you keep your right mind. You don't completely go out into like some other personality. So yeah, they were on LSD and other drugs, but at the same time, I think it was a bunch of runaway kids that was confused. Charles Manson had a hand in twisting their little mind around, and that's what played in. That's what caused it all. But Charles Manson, pretty smart guy. Couldn't read or write, but he was smart. He's intelligent. He's a little out there. He's eccentric as all get out. But that was a crime that captured my attention. The Bundys, BTK, Jean-Benet Ramsey was another one. Zodiac, I looked into it. The JFK assassination, I go back 6 years ago. There is nothing that I cannot answer to on the assassination. One question that I cannot answer. I can answer anything on that. Anything. You want to know who did it? It was your government. They killed him. Now you know. Oh, you don't believe that? Have a nice day. Have a nice day. You probably believe everything they say. No, exactly. Look, if I was going to kill, it would be either A, revenge, my suspect, or B, well, I'd have to really hate somebody to go kill them. But there would never be a time when I was sitting here going, well, I've had a little bit too much marijuana. And I got a friend that lives right down the street. I'll be back. I've got to go say hi. Probably not going to happen. Not happening. I don't think that drugs make you go do anything. Either it's up here or it ain't going to play. Nah, I don't believe that they do. And tell me somebody who was under the influence of LSD who went and killed a bunch of people who was not told specifically to go do so firstly. Take your time. Take your time. Because there's a whole lot of it. Now, people may like and have like someone to have that one little this idea. There ain't nobody going to do LSD and like, hey man, I'm just going to go kill people. Well, I bet a river of blood just sounds really cool. Tell me that don't sound beautiful to you. I can see it now. Don't happen. It don't happen. Green River Killer, another one. You know what? On the Green River Killer, I don't know if I had expressed this in the past. If not, I will now. I'm killing time. So I might just go ahead and ramble for like a half hour. Here it goes. True story. In 1988, in August of 1988, I moved from Iron Lake, Indiana to Henderson, Nevada. Now, I'm living in Henderson, Nevada. This is a few short months after the Pepcon explosion. If you never seen a Pepcon explosion, right after this show, it's spelled P-E-P-C-O-N, Pepcon. Put in Pepcon explosion in YouTube. You do not want to miss that. I think it was the biggest explosion that was not under control. It was a jet fuel plant. They had like, I think 1 million pounds of like jet fuel under the ground. That place caught on fire. They evacuated. It's in the middle of the desert. And these guys was doing, I think, power lines. They seen the big fire and they're like, wow, man, that's not cool. Somebody probably got hurt. That whole factory's like, boom. And you just see the shock waves travel through the desert. It leveled that. The jet fuel plant, there's a marshmallow factory next door to it. Everything gone. Boom. evaporated. It was crazy. And I moved out there a short time after that. Oh, man. See, totally just went off to what I was on completely. So I get out there. Now, here's how this went down. Me and my girlfriend's brother, we're driving back to his house, and he lived there in Henderson. Okay. We lived just on the west side of Henderson. I think it was, the west side of Henderson. So we was driving back to his house. I'm in his vehicle. We're going down Boulder Highway. Some kid out there hitchhiking. So he stops, picks him up. The kid gets in the back. Man, where are you heading? I'm just going into Henderson, man. Gave us the address. Yeah, man, I'll take you right there, man. This is 88, different time. People didn't mind picking you up hitchhiking back then. It wasn't like today's world. Vomit. So anyway, we're heading down the highway with this guy in the back. It's all quiet. Me and him had been drinking a little, right? So I look over at him and I'm like, so you never killed anybody with a ice pick? He looks at me, man, kind of just, no, never have. And I'm like, dude, you don't know what you're missing, man. You just don't. And I'm sitting there kind of rambling about it. Well, we make it to this guy's house, man. Hey, thanks, man. And he gets out and jets, right? Now, it's about 2 months later. I'm sitting there at my house. Me, my woman, man. We're watching the whole thing on the Green River Killer, all right? Are you with me? They had a special, and it was hosted. You might be able to find this on YouTube, maybe. It was hosted by Patrick Duffy. This is in 1988. They had this special where they was trying to track down serial killers. So people were calling into this show, and it was more specifically about the Green River Strangler. Okay, but they was looking at all cases which may have a serial killer. So they're going over calls that they're receiving on their tip line. All right. Patrick Duffy comes on and he's giving some of the calls that had came in. He's like, and we got another one here from Las Vegas, Nevada, where apparently a young man is out there killing people with an ice pick. Swear that happened. I got a hold of Rob, man. I got a hold of him. I'm like, dude, we just made the show. Crazy. You couldn't believe it. Made the show just because of a silly comment. I hope that kid's watching. Well, hell, he'd probably be 50 by now. Hope he's watching, though. Hope he remembers that was me. That was me, dude. Yeah, I never serial killered anybody that I'm speaking about. Oh, you too? Oh, cool. Well, that was all I had. So, did anybody give me a... They did, didn't they? And I was going to call him, wasn't I? The Iceman. The Iceman cometh. Oh, wait, he didn't. Or did he? They did, yes. Man, Carnation didn't send me no number. He asked me a question. He asked me a question he could have asked right there. And I had to go to my email for that. Jeez, Carnation. Okay. He asked, hi, Mike. I was wondering if you ever tried reaching out to TV's family at all to see what they think of him as the Delphi suspect, or if they know maybe where he was in or around that time of the murders. Keep up the great live. See you. Well, no, I never have. And nor would I. I wouldn't reach his family, his wife or his brother, because understand how this plays. Say it's you, all right? And you have a brother, okay? And say it is your brother. Now, you believe your brother to be your brother, you're a good guy, your brother, right? Now, what would happen if he was arrested for a crime exactly as my suspect got arrested for down there in St. Louis? You'd be like, oh my God. Wow. I didn't think he would ever do that. He was such a nice guy. I never thought. I mean, this is like, I don't even know what to do. I don't know how to think. I don't know what to, this is contrary to everything I know about that guy. Now, with that being the case and that guy sitting in jail and you happen to go through that, would you want somebody who has a YouTube channel, who is not law enforcement, to call or reach you and say, yeah, I'd like to know about your husband. Yeah, I'd like to know where he was in around February 13th of 2017. Yeah, They're not going to want to answer that. If it was my brother and somebody reached me asking anything, I'd slam that phone down right after I told them, if you call me again, I will find you. That's how I would be. So I'm not going to reach them. And I will say this, it would be good to hear that. But I am at least this much positive. When law enforcement talked to his wife and his brother, and I'm positive that they have already, they probably said, don't mention that we talked to you. Don't say anything concerning. We don't want, because that's how law enforcement is. They want their secret. Delphi, don't say the name TB because it's hush. You don't. Michael J. Katt ain't going to your press conference because he's going to say TB. Don't let him in. We don't want that. Don't let him in. That's how they play. But I don't. I can't. When they talked to his wife, they wanted information on him. And that's what they got. And I'm sure they got exactly what it is that they wanted. But I ain't doing it because for me to do that, it would only revolve for one thing: views. I'm not here trying to make views. In fact, what I get off the live is great. I mean, like, you know what? Usually when I do a live, man, I look back at the end of the week. It's got like 1,000 or more, depending. Because this right here, it's nothing new. Yeah, there is nothing new. It's me talking, but it ain't nothing new. You see? So it's not anything new. No one. Nobody. I'll say it. I'll point it out to you right now. It isn't nobody. Not one person in this world is going to give you anything better than what I have on this case. I don't care what kind of live show. I don't care what it is they say. I don't care what it is they talk about. It's not going above what I have given you on this show. Not this show, but in all shows, on all my videos. I have given you the straight dough. I ain't got a broadcaster's voice. I ain't even got a tooth in my head. And I'm not sitting here like editing a bit. I'm not doing that. What I'm doing is I'm sitting here. I'm being me. And I really am being me. You can ask Wolf. I'm not trying to be unlike me at all. This is exactly how I am. Even when nobody's here, I still say the same stuff to Wolf. You can ask him. So, isn't nobody going to come out and say, yeah, this guy did it? And that be the fact. I've told you who did it. I stand on it. This is my case. I don't know if you can read that backwards or not, but it says my case is resting. It's resting until January of 2021. I rest my case. I rested a good one. Sleep, little case. Sleep. I'll get you a bottle later. Rest. You got a little time. As do we. Because there isn't nothing that's going to come out on this that says that he did it until January of 2021, minimally. And it may go beyond that. Now, look, when they go down and they talk to him, and this is the big one right here. Okay, when they can go down and talk to him, they will have investigators from Iowa and Indiana to talk to him, because my guy already knows he's hit. My guy at that time already knows he's going to be doing life behind bars without parole. My guy is going to be hit. Now, the one that he can get death for is Indiana, because Iowa is not a death penalty state. But Indiana is. So if he says, okay, I'll tell you what, because he knows that Delphi's got him. Delphi's got him. There ain't no way around it. They got him. He knows that. So if he says, okay, I would like to talk to you guys and I would like to confess, totally no death penalty. I'd be Indiana. Indiana would have to answer that. Now, it's my hope. It's my hope. Indiana would say, no, dude. You don't come to Delphi and do that. When you get here and you are tried and you are convicted, you will receive the death penalty. Period. Because it does them no good to say, yeah, you can go down to St. Louis and spend the rest of your life as long as we get it guilty. That's all we want. Just a little guilt. No! He needs to be handed to the people of Delphi. They need to take him out to that bridge and give him a drop off of it with the rope. That's justice. That's public justice. And that's right. That is right for what is done. They should not take that from Delphi. He should be handed over immediately after conviction. That's my stance. Yeah, 44 people here with 58 thumbs up. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. All right. Does anybody want me to keep going 19 minutes? Anybody? If you do, just say yay. If you don't, just say no. Go do stuff. Okay, I knew it'd be AJ Dillman. I knew that going in. I knew you'd be like it. All right. Well, I gotta hit my vape. All right. 60. Wow. Thank you guys. You guys rock so much. All right. Okay. All right. Did you read about the school shooter? Yes, I did. Oh, no, I did not know he was living in Cape Girardeau. No, I didn't, but I did hear about that. And I thought, wait, there was a school shooter who was on the loose, who was dead in a car that he had crashed? And this whole time, I mean, the FBI didn't have him on the #1 most wanted list. They're like, what the hell's that about? Got like, man, we got a school shooter on the loose somewhere in America. Crap, close the schools. We can't learn. I mean, but I did hear about that. And then they found his car was like crashed and there he was inside of it all dead. And I was like, but I heard that was down in Arkansas. I mean, he might have been living up there, but unless the school shooting was in Arkansas. Who's CG? Who is CG? Alaska Blue. All right. And that looks like all of the calls that I have. So really, I am rambling at this point. That's all I'm doing. I'm just making ramble. I do not mind rambling. As long as I have stuff to ramble about. But 2 hours, people, I want you to think about this. Well, no, I don't want you to think about it. Allow me to explain this in a different way. Because I don't think that there's like really anybody out there that may know this. Maybe there is. There may be. 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. I had a live radio show. It was on Tuesday nights at 9:00 p.m. And it was on Truth Katt Radio. Now, to have a live show where I'm sitting there at a microphone exactly like I'm doing right now, okay, I had to sit down through the week and I had to write out everything that I was going to talk about over the course of 2 hours. Everything. Now, when I sat there and I wrote everything out so I could sit down and have a 2-hour show, usually by the time, because I could not have a dead mic. When you're doing radio, you have to keep talking. It don't stop. You run out of things to say, guess what? Today I went shopping and I bought, because you have to have something to keep going. So you got to have that on your message. So I did Truth Katt Radio for probably about 6 weeks. And I got a hold of the guy and I'm like, yeah, that's it, man. I ain't doing it. Because I didn't want to come up each week and I didn't want to have to sit down and study something for 2 hours of speak time because I thought this is going nowhere and I didn't like doing it. But now today, 3 years later, here I am on a live channel doing it once a week. Da-da-da. Bing. So it is what it is. But yeah, I quit that, man, because I don't know. It didn't have what it was that I wanted. I like having my own channel, and I don't mind doing live like that. It was my own channel, though. I mean, it was my own show, and I think it was I think I had actually called that the Michael Stroop show. I think that's what it was called. And I didn't even like that. I wanted it to be Michael Lee, something like that, something a little bit more catchy. I don't know. The producer was a weirdo. He was out there, man. Let me tell you about this guy. Let me tell you about him. I hope he's watching. I want him to know. He owned Truth Cat Radio. And I got a hold of him because they wanted a DJ. They wanted somebody to do, because they was like a news radio. Kind of like GCN, I guess, in the same way. So they had their guys that was like, had their spots and all. And a couple of them I liked. One guy was really out there, man. Never liked him. Didn't put any trust in his show at all. But anyway, man, this producer guy says, oh, yeah, hang on. What's that called? Where you try to see something that's not around you. Viewing is something viewing. If you know what I'm talking about. It's the same thing. The men that killed goats or whatever. What's that called? Is there anybody here? It all. Well, anyway, it's this remote viewing. Thank you, Salter. Man, there it is. Right, exactly. So he's saying to me, and he's telling me that, man, I cannot think of the museum. It's this big museum, big, huge museum, and I forget the name of it. But he's telling me that under this big museum, there's like 3 million kids that they've kidnapped, and he knows they're there. So how do you know that? Because me and 7 other people remote viewed it. Remote viewed it, did you? Wow. You can't get any more factual than that crap. No way. Later, dude. I'm out of here. See ya. Yeah. Remote viewing plays a lot like psychic. It does. I got a feeling. Good. Good. Yeah. I'm happy. There's people out there that can really remote view. Him and his friends, man, seen 3 million kids under that museum that they were keeping there hostage because they were shipping them to other countries for sex slaves. Good Lord, man. Shouldn't you reach the FBI? Guy was wacky, man. Guy was out of his mind, and I did not like working for him or on his little network. So I said, see ya. I'm principled, man. I'm very principled. I don't do what I don't want. I will not do what I don't want. If I don't want to do something, bye. I ain't doing it. You got to do this. No, I don't. Watch. I ain't doing it. No, I won't. Maybe somebody else will be me. Yeah. Yeah. Hang on. Notice how much they look alike. Notice how much they look alike there, people. Let me tell you what I did. True story. When I was making this, I got on Word, all right? Drop this here. Drop this when it slid under down here because it was bigger. So I had to fold it up. And when I folded up and I clicked up here because I was dragging it up there, this one here, and I wish I had a link where I could show you that, but I can't because it happened live. It turned into a negative. It literally turned into a negative. So I took a screen capture of it, and I'll show you that. I'll show it to you. It turned this right here, the sketch, into a negative. And you could see like it was a 3D of the person's face. And I'm like, man, that's weird looking, man. That's just weird as crap. So I went and was kind of like just looking at it with other pictures. And I'm like, man, that's cool. Because everything, all of that, the white, everything like that was black. And all of this right here was a little lighter. It looked weird. It looked more facial, like a face. I don't know. Kind of out there. Oh, yeah. Okay. I got 9 minutes. Man, it's only been 11 minutes. Seems like I've been talking for an hour. All right, if anybody's got a question, throw it up. Ivan Brumball, same as CE, same as GK, same as DEN, same as, he didn't. But I mean, I had looked at that. Now, the lady that lived down the street from me until about, I guess it was a year ago when they moved, her mom was seeing Ivan's father. Had been, not at that time, but had been seeing his father. And I don't know, even when I looked at that, I mean, when you kind of look into that, now I go back because I think me and Greeno was in jail there in Carroll County, and they had a young Amish man that was in there for child molesting other Amish kids, and he had full faith. He did. I mean, he's all like, no, man, I did it. I got to pay. I'm just going to tell him I did it. It's just like, wow, damn, dude, you're going to die. They're going to kill you in prison. That's what's going to happen. Hope you know that. Well, have it coming. I mean, Amish people, they are down on religion. I mean, that's the whole thick of it to them. I mean, look, normal people do not get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go milk cows when it's 20 below zero. Amish people do. God told them to. They take that for real. They'll go build a barn at minus 50. They don't care. No, I don't. No. I wish that people would completely forget the word catfish. That is so old. I think I covered that on day 2. Yeah, you didn't look them up online, people. Don't go there. Had he have really catfished him, he would have been arrested immediately. First 2 places the FBI is going to look: friends, family, and internet. He was en route to his brother's house, or he may have been en route back to St. Louis from his brother's house. I mean, I can't really say. I know the route to his brother's, so I know that he could have been en route to his brother's or on his way back home from his brother's when he stopped. But he already knew the date, so he knew that on that date was the date it was going to happen. So he very well may have did that on his way back and not going to. Yeah, right. Yeah, I've heard all that before, but now I think that what you would need to do is explain how that's real and not fake. Okay? Explain how that's really real. Oh, yeah, man. Hey, you know what, dude? I know this guy. For real. He goes in remote views. You'll never believe what he's seen. Yeah, you're right. I probably wouldn't at all. Nope. Truck driver. Yeah, everybody wants a truck driver. Yeah. Like a great big semi pulled up there at Freedom Bridge, and the guy got out for 3 hours. Wait, he could have parked on the other side of Delphi, walked all the way over, and then left like that, like some kind of a computer hacker. No, guy's mental. Didn't happen like that. Guy showed up, waited, did, left. So I did. So I went down. Could have told you that on day 5, though. That's kind of easily deducible. And what in the hell was that? Did anybody see that? Oh. Tell me that wasn't a fly. A person would say bulbous nose, but when a person only has pixelated photos to look at, you're looking at the pixelated nose they give you. Again, if you look at any of the bridge guy photos that was taken off of the video, you can't tell anything about that guy's face. You can't tell anything about it. You can say, yeah, he might be 35 to 60, maybe, somewhere in there, probably. Might be a little chunky, maybe, perhaps, maybe. Look, man, that thing was pixelated. And then you got people on YouTube who are really blowing it up. And then they're like, look what's on his forehead. People. Yeah. You know, between the ages of 7 and 80, yeah. Most likely, you know, he probably is. I don't know if he was a smoker. I never seen him with a cigarette in any photo or a pack or anything like that. But I don't know that he didn't. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, I try to look over here, but like, I mean, if people have like a lot of comments, it's kind of hard to judge which ones are questions. I heard from the profiler guy. Are you talking about Kelly? John Kelly? Yeah, I did. He did a video. Well, he actually about the Delphi case, and then he made one where he was talking about the Evansdale case. Okay, now at the end of that, he said, and I think that he was talking about me because I had made a video where I was talking about that. And he said there's some people out there that think that the same suspect that committed Evansdale also committed Delphi. He says, I don't really think that it went down like that. He says, I think that the Evansdale suspect was more intelligent and used it, you know. And then I'm listening to that, and I listened to the whole of it, and I got back a hold of it, and I said, you know, John Kelly, I said, I have some information that might change your mind a bit on that. And he wrote me back, and he says, well, I'm going to be busy over the weekend. He goes, but I got a Facebook page. If you could send it to there, I'll look it over. All right. So I went and I typed out all my information. Bam, send it to him on Facebook. And he got back a hold of me, I think it was Monday or Tuesday of the following week. And he's like, hey, so I read over your information real good. He says, real good. He made mention mainly the parts with the drinking, which I thought was a little odd because I thought that was really the more least of it. But he said if I did not mind that, he would give that information to his team. Go ahead. I don't care. I don't care if he gives it to his team. That's fine by me. Let them have it. Let them look at it. Let them come out and say, yeah, I think you may have. That would be cool with me, I would say. Kind of said that already. What in the world is that? De La Clochard? What? I don't know. You mean fail, not fall. Fail. Say fail. Say fail. Do it. Do it. Do it. Say fail. Put fail. Put fail. Sorry, Joe. Sorry, Mr. Jojo. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not. But here's the thing. Look, Daniel Nations, was he my person of interest? Was he? Was he my person of interest? Let me think back. Let me think back on that. No, he was not. He was Indiana's person of interest. Indiana made him a person of interest. The state of Indiana made him a person of interest. I investigated him. And I said, and I claimed, right here on my channel, not this channel, my old channel. I said, I can't place how he got to Delphi. I can't. Don't know how he would have got there. I don't. I don't think he looks like Bridge Guy, but he does look like the sketch. Now, given his criminal background, because at that time it was before 1 year was up and we didn't know that the guy had never committed a crime before. All right. Then I'm looking at it and I say he stalks women. He publicly masturbates. He goes to small trails. He has anger issues. And this is a person who, if he was in Delphi at that crime, very well may have committed it. And that's what I said. And I stand on it. So, fail that, bizatch. And don't ever tell me I fail. I take a special offense to that. You don't want it, so bite me. Oh, it's 5:02. It is 5:02, and I've been here for 2 hours. So, yeah, actually, if you go back before 1 year, yeah, the only person of interest that I really had, the only person that I could call a person of interest that I ever had outside of my suspect was Deanna. And I had said that, yes, I do have him as a person of interest. I most certainly do. I did. Stand on it. Just like, can anybody give me that state? What state is it? What state went out to investigate him? What state extradited him back so they could speak with him about it? What state? Which one is it? No, it's not French fries. What the hell's wrong with you? God, no, it was Indiana. No, it wasn't Colorado. It was Indiana. God, you guys are like you're not there. You're not playing correctly at all. You guys need to study. You guys need to study, man. That's what you need to do. You need to study this up. Please do. In fact, before I get off of here, Alaska Blue, if you could get my email right, if you would, please. If anybody out there viewing has any question, anything that they would like to discuss, talk about, or ask me about concerning the Delphi murder, please reach me at this email address right here. At mrcat420@gmail.com. Please reach me right there, and I will either just send you an email back and answer, or if you would like to send me your number and have me call you at a certain time, do that. Send me your number. Say, hey, call me at about this time. Now, when I call, it is from a private number because I am calling from my computer, not a cell phone like the rest of the world. I hate cell phones. I despise them. They take away freedom. You know what happens when somebody has a cell phone is taking a crap? Somebody can call them. Why are you calling me? I'm taking a crap. Oh, I didn't know. I'm taking a crap. We're both taking a crap? Facebook it. I already did it. I'm already Facebooking it, dude. People got to know. No. So anyway, if you guys have any questions that you would like to ask me, I would be happy to answer. And it don't matter. And I really don't, because I've had people get on here and ask me questions that I have answered relentlessly over years now. And I will still take a half hour of my time to sit and type it out in detail so that they know fully, in full, because I do not want people out there running around with half information. I like people with that full information. See where I'm at? I like people with the full information. That's what gets me through. All right, everybody. And I will probably see you next week. It will probably be next Tuesday, which it will, at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be right here. So now, if anything does occur on this crime between now and then, I will make a video speaking directly about it. But if nothing does, then I will be back here next Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time for a live show. Thanks, everybody, for being here, and I will catch you in my next video. Peace, everyone.